Hi, in this video we are going to talk about the 15 most weird places you should not visit. Before we start the video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for upcoming updates. Let's start the video. Number 15. Club 33. You wouldn't say that something made by Walt Disney could be such an exclusive location. You might be wrong. Created in order to entertain inventors and other VIPs, it is considered to be the single place in Disneyland where alcohol is served. Let's suppose you could be accepted in the club. Have you ever dreamed about enjoying your meal here? Keep calm and enlist on the 14-year waiting list just for the chance of paying a fortune for a drink. Would it make you happier or prouder of yourself? Number 14. Area 51. What lies behind the fences that surround the Area 51? A secret military base, buzzing with activity about which nobody knows anything for sure or something else. It is a place where military can test and develop new equipment, drones, and new technology away from curious eyes. You can't blame the military, it really needs such a place, right? But there are also a lot of conspiracy theorists, as well as those influenced by them via the TV channels and the countless websites, that believe it houses alien spaceships and even alien bodies. Nobody has ever confirmed such rumors. Number 13. Google Data Center. Google has developed a lot lately, managing to provide free email storage to millions of users, to have a quick response to billions of search queries every day, and other incredible things. You are entitled to wonder how it is possible. It simply is. Also, due to its data centers whose size have never been disclosed, Google has never opened its gates to the public, who are proving to be more and more interesting in its centers that store almost everything that could be stored nowadays. Number 12. White Gentleman Club. It was originally started in the 18th century by and for the upper class. At its very beginning, it used to sell hot chocolate, a rare delicacy that was very expensive at the time. Its name speaks for itself. Needless to say that today it is considered one of the most raciest locations in the world, but even it can make exceptions for certain personalities. Therefore, it opened its doors for Queen Elizabeth II, who visited it in 1991. Nobody knows for sure how you can become a member. Number 11. Office 39. It is one of the most secret organizations whose mission is to get foreign support for the North Korean regime of Kim Jong-un, the supreme leader of North Korea. The powerful entity, which has been existing for decades, is suspected to raise funds through counterfeit and illegal drugs and weapons trade. According to experts, Kim uses the money exclusively to buy the loyalty of high-ranking officials and to keep control of the country. Office 39 is believed to be located in a building of the Workers' Party in Pyongyang. Number 10. Bohemian Grove. Nobody from the outside really knows what happens in the Redwood Forest in North California, but everybody says it looks spooky. The most powerful men gather in here. Many of the former U.S. presidents have been members of the club, and the Bush family is deeply involved even today. As with any other secret that feeds people's curiosity, it has to be revealed. We cannot say it has been completely revealed, but a first step was made by Alex Jones and his cameraman in July 2000, who filmed the ceremony. He described it as a 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗀 worship. Number 9. Ashgabat Turkmenistan. It is the capital city of Turkmenistan, a country whose existence is unknown to many of us. No wonder few people ever visit it, despite its tourist attractions and the balance between the old town and the new town, which looks empty, but whose life can be felt in huge new buildings, parks, and gardens, all designed according to the newest architectural standards and methods. As it is divided in two parts, it is called the City of the Living and the City of the Dead. Sounds interesting and attractive, right? Have you already packed up? Don't worry, it won't welcome you with its gates opened. You can apply for a visa only after having received an official letter of invitation. Number 8. Cersei Island. It is one of the newest islands in the world. Have you ever dreamed of seeing a volcano in action? Well, stop dreaming, as ordinary people's access is denied on this volcanic island, which is also a protected nature reserve. But you might have a chance if you are a scientist. With a special permit from the authorities, some scientists have already been granted access and visitation rights. For research, of course. Number 7. Jangsu National Security Educational Museum. as it is a museum, an education museum, no less. You would expect it to be accessible to the general public, right? But this museum is the exception that proves the rule. You can't access it unless you are a citizen of the People's Republic. The government has enforced this restriction, as it does not want sensitive information to get into the hands of foreigners. As many of us aren't Chinese citizens, we could feel discriminated against. But imagine that even Chinese natives have some restrictions when it comes to enter this museum. Nobody is allowed to take pictures inside, for the same reason mentioned above. Number 6. Snake Island. Its name sounds tricky, right? In general, an island is a corner of paradise with unspoiled beaches, clear waters, and untouched jungle. But this island, whose name sounds attractive to those who love adrenaline, is completely different. Unfortunately for them, the Brazilian Navy has expressly forbidden the access to 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗀, another name for this island. Although it is an inhabited island, thousands of golden lanceheads can be found there. And they are very dangerous as they are poisonous. It is said that the poison melts the flesh around the bites. Despite all this, several people have attempted to catch these dangerous vipers and to sell them, as they are rare species. Therefore, very expensive on the black market. Number 5. Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion. It might sound annoying to be denied access in a church, as it is a place for everyone, no matter your race, color, and religion. But this Ethiopian church is different. This church is seen as the cradle of Christians in this country. It is considered the most important church in the country, as the Ark of the Covenant is supposed to rest inside. Menelik I brought it to Ethiopia after having visited King Solomon, his father. The legend says that the young prince had been educated in Jerusalem to impregnate himself with his father's wisdom. Number 4. Cleopatras Heraklion. It's useless to remind you that Egypt is the cradle of one of the most fascinating historical cultures in the world. The ancient city of Heraklion had been lost from the surface of the earth for almost 1,200 years, and it was discovered in 2000 by Frank Gaudiot, a French archaeologist. The treasures of this mythical city are still unearthed. Giant statues, dozens of ships, bronze statues, gold coins, and much more have been found in this underwater archaeological site. It seems like water didn't have a negative impact on them after all, as they have been kept in very good condition. Number 3. Svalbard Global Seed Vault. It is considered to be one of the most important banks in the world, as it is assumed to be the home for more than 1.5 million different types of seeds that have been refrigerated in an underground mine. There was another parallel project in Africa, whose object was more or less the same: to collect genetic samples and seeds of every type of plant that existed on Earth in the 1980s. However, these two projects merged in 2008 when the entire collection was moved to Svalbard, a place too far away from the human movement. Therefore, we shouldn't worry about our future because in case of massive calamity, we could simply storm the vault, right? Wrong. It is treated like a bank, being constantly and heavily monitored by high-tech security, and it can be accessed only by individual plant owners or organizations that store their own personal seeds in there. So they are the only one who can withdraw them, having access exclusively to their own seeds. Number 2. RAF Manwith Hill. It is considered the most secret military base in Europe because what happens under these golf balls remains a mystery to ordinary people. Located in North Yorkshire, England, it provides both British Forces and American Security Agency, NSA, with telecommunications support. It is seen as the largest and best-equipped electronic monitoring station on the face of Earth. The investigative journalist Duncan Campbell stated that Americans still use this base to monitor communications in several states via the global spy system 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗀. Number 1. Nihao. Also known under the name of the Forbidden Island, it is a symbol of the Hawaiian culture. Despite the fact that there are a few tour companies that offer boat and helicopter tours, don't imagine that once you step on it you are free to roam the island. The Robinson family bought it almost 125 years ago, thus turning it into a privately owned location. Therefore, you must be invited on the inland if you want to visit it. But how many of its inhabitants do you know? And how could you get in touch with them, as there are no telephones or cars? That's all for today. So what are your opinions about these places? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for upcoming amazing and informative videos.